If it fits for you, do it, but do it right, and abide by their laws, and do what you're told, but going south into Latin America is, by and large, a very good experience.
Another question came in from a new listener, and recently Cheney said that there would be another terrorist attack. Yet just yesterday, Interpol announced that the Saudis can't find 85 al-Qaeda terrorists that have left the country. There was also a report that Hezbollah sent out terror teams to hit Israeli targets for what they did to Gaza. He personally believes that there are coming terror attacks on the U.S., and sooner than later. He also believes al-Qaeda is a proxy for Russia and that terrorism is sourced in communism rather than capitalism. Regardless of the source, what do you think about the imminence of a terror attack with WMD?
Well, first of all, you've got to consider the source. The guy is an illuminous warmonger. And if these people left Saudi Arabia, the first place they'd go to is areas surrounding Israel. I would think. I mean, you know, if I was one of those terrorists, well, I wouldn't even call them terrorists. I mean, what Israel did in Gaza was terrorism. I mean, granted, they were goaded on by Hamas shooting rockets into the country, you know, but they didn't have to go in and kill thousands of civilians. I don't think that was necessary. I mean, you know, it was all out of proportion. And so if these people have left Saudi, that, you know, maybe they've gone to Afghanistan for all Mr. Cheney knows. It's a thought. And I don't think they're in the United States. Anything that happens in the United States, I mean, they've had this thing buttoned up for the last 7 or 8 years. And, you know, at the beginning it wasn't, but anything that I see, I'll look at it real hard, because I don't think it's going to be a terrorist. I think it's going to be our government, the people who control our government. I mean, you saw what they did on 9/11. I mean, does anybody out there really believe the story? It was a bunch of rabid terrorists from Saudi Arabia? I don't think so. And the evidence that's come out on the projectiles that we used, no, it's going to be our government. And what Cheney is doing is getting people ready to blame the Russians, to blame Muslims, when in fact it might be him and his gang. And quite frankly, if there are Muslim terrorists in the United States, and if you're going to blow something up, please get Cheney's address.
Uh-oh, we'll be off the air soon. We'll be off. And that is just your opinion, Bob.
I'm just, you know, kind of giving these guys a little direction.
Yeah. Well, if you don't hear from us on Monday, folks.
Didn't tell them to do anything. Just told them to find out what the address was.
Hey, you know what, Bob? The biggest weapons of mass destruction, I think, is our economy at this point in time.
Yeah, but you see, they have to find a reason for a war.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, it's just like Pearl Harbor and all the other crap that we've been through. You know, go over and fight the Nazis and the Japs and win democracy and freedom for America when the whole thing was a setup. When I went into counterintelligence, one of the first things I learned was about that. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. And, you know, we had access to all those records. And from then on out, my whole life was changed. To learn that it was deliberately done to get us into war. I mean, that's just awful. I mean, how many people died? Terrible. And they're trying to do it again.
We're heading to break, folks, and we'll be back just after a few short Oh, and you're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. I'm Melody Peterstrom, and it's good to have you here this Friday the 13th, 2009, February, and I was just checking. Monday, the markets are closed. We will do a radio program Monday at 4 o'clock as scheduled. Our offices will be closed, though, in the morning, and we can lock in numismatic coins, and I believe the gold markets are closed, so we can't do anything on the bullion side, but the $20 gold pieces, my buyers will be working, so give us a call come Monday. And if you would like a complimentary issue to the International Forecaster, give us a call at 800-375-4188. And Bob, would you like to tell us about the International Forecaster, please?
The forecast is about business, finance, economic, social, and political issues all over the world. We publish by email on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Usually runs around 35 pages each time. And we have a hard copy that goes out twice a month to those who are not on the Internet. And if you'd like to go to our site, that address is the internationalforecaster.com. The International, Forecaster.com. If you want to email us with a question, that address is international_forecaster@yahoo.com. international_forecaster@yahoo.com.
1-800-375-4188. Your complimentary issue, and of course you can earn a free subscription, a new subscription to the International Forecaster, the International Forecaster. I'm sorry, Bob. The International Forecaster. You can earn a free subscription by purchasing your $20 gold pieces here at Discount Gold and Silver Trading. And again, that number is, I better quit while I'm ahead, 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. And you did have some other questions, but...
Well, I do. I have one here.
Do you have one
here,
please?
This is a question addressed to rhodium-clad Robert and the precious diva of precious metals.
Oh, geez.
I'm telling you, and this came from Brian. I'm not going to tell you his last name. But anyway, here we go. Considering the declining demand for palladium as an industrial metal and the upward pressure on gold as a monetary metal, it seems likely that perhaps within the next 3 months to 3 years, the price of gold should overtake the price of platinum. Do you agree? Also, perhaps a similar situation with rhodium as well. And let us hear from the precious diva of precious metals.
Is he talking palladium or platinum?
Platinum.
Platinum?
Mm-hmm.
Well, platinum is a little more rare than gold. And I think they'll all go head higher, but you got to remember, too, that industry will turn around, and you're looking at platinum and palladium and silver in part as industrial metals. So, when the economy eventually turns around, I suppose you could see gold surpassing platinum. Historically, platinum always sold for more than gold, although there was times I've seen it has dipped down every once in a while. But
well, I look at it a different way, and it's very simple that there cannot be any kind of a recovery prior to 2013. And we're looking at 10, 11, 12. We're looking at 4 years. And I wouldn't want to be long something for 4 years unless it was in the bull market already, like gold has been for the last 8 years. So I would pass.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I tell my customers, Bob, that they hold their gold, and when the economy does turn around, then you can sell some of your gold and get into platinum and get into
Good
palladium.
idea. That's a good idea. So I think that's who will handle that part of the question. Now, there's more here. I could personally relate well to your comments regarding otherwise responsible people having trouble managing debt. I have a bachelor's degree in economics, and I am a certified electronics technician with commercial FCC licenses, and I also had a Class B CDL with maintenance skills, maintenance trade skills.